Have you ever felt a quiet nudge deep in your gut, a gentle whisper that seems to come from nowhere, telling you to do something, or maybe warning you not to? It's that subtle feeling, almost like a soft voice in the background of your mind, that you can easily brush aside if you're not paying attention. Maybe you found yourself taking a different route to work, even though you couldn't explain why. Later, you discover you avoided a massive traffic jam or even a minor accident. It's as if something inside you knew what was coming, long before you could see it. Or perhaps you met someone who seemed perfect on paper, charming, successful, everything you thought you wanted. But something felt off, a tiny red flag you couldn't quite name. So you kept your distance, and later, you were grateful you trusted that uneasy feeling. Sometimes it's about taking a leap of faith. Maybe you accepted a job that didn't make sense to anyone else, or moved to a new city on a whim. On paper, it looked risky. But that decision led you to discover your true passion, or introduced you to people who changed your life. These moments aren't just random coincidences. They're your intuition at work, your mind and body working together to guide you, even when you don't have all the facts. Intuition is like an inner compass, a personal GPS that quietly points you in the right direction. It connects what you know with what you feel, blending your experiences, memories, and emotions into a single, powerful sense of knowing. It's not always loud or dramatic. Most of the time, it's a quiet knowing, a gentle pull in a certain direction, or a sudden sense of clarity that seems to come out of nowhere. In a world filled with noise, distractions, and constant information, it's easy to overlook these subtle signals. We're so used to listening to logic and reason that we forget to pay attention to our inner voice. But your intuition is always there, quietly waiting for you to notice it. Even in the busiest moments, it's ready to guide you if you're willing to listen. It speaks through feelings, sensations, and sudden insights. Sometimes it's a chill down your spine, a flutter in your stomach, or a burst of inspiration that seems to come from nowhere. Intuition is the quiet confidence that helps you make choices when logic alone can't decide. It's the sense of peace you feel when you're on the right path, and the unease that warns you when you're not. It's the gentle nudge that says this is the way, even when you can't explain why. And it's the inner alarm that tells you to pause, reconsider, or walk away. The first step to unlocking this power is simple. Acknowledge that it exists. Trust that your gut feelings are meaningful, not just random thoughts. Start by noticing those small whispers. Write them down, reflect on them, and see how often they lead you in the right direction. Believe that your intuition is a message from your wisest self. The more you listen, the stronger it becomes. Your intuition is always ready to guide you, whenever you're ready to listen. Trust the whisper you almost ignored, and let it lead you to where you truly belong. What is intuition, really? We often talk about it as if it's some mysterious sixth sense, a whisper in the back of our minds that nudges us in one direction or another. But what is this inner voice, and where does it come from? Picture your mind as an iceberg, floating in a vast ocean of thoughts and experiences. The tip above water is your conscious mind, logical, analytical, making lists, solving problems, and planning your day. This is the part of you that you're most aware of, the voice that narrates your daily life. But below the surface is your subconscious, a vast and intricate database storing every experience, conversation, and observation you've ever had, even the ones you don't remember. It's a deep reservoir of knowledge, quietly processing information in the background. Intuition is the bridge between these two worlds, connecting the seen and the unseen, the known and the unknown. It's your subconscious sending you a quick signal, a feeling, a hunch, when it recognizes something important, even if you can't quite explain why. Think of it as a skilled detective inside you, picking up on subtle clues and patterns your conscious mind might overlook. It's always working, quietly piecing together fragments of information. When enough evidence is gathered, it doesn't give you a detailed report. It gives you a gut feeling. Trust this person. Be careful here. Sometimes it's a gentle nudge. Other times it's a strong urge you can't ignore. It's that quiet voice that says, this is the right way, even when logic hasn't caught up yet. Intuition isn't magic. It's a natural human ability, shaped by your unique life experiences, memories, and emotions. Everyone has it, though it may feel stronger in some than others. It's knowing without thinking, sensing without proof. It's the ability to feel the answer before you can explain it. It's the part of you that feels moved by art or understands love without words. It's the silent language of the heart and mind working together. And like any skill, it gets stronger the more you use it. The more you listen, the more you learn to trust it. Pay attention to your hunches. Notice those moments when something just feels right or wrong, even if you can't explain it. Value this other form of intelligence. It's a quiet partner in your decision-making, offering guidance that logic alone can't provide. Give it a seat at the table when you make decisions. Let it speak alongside reason and analysis. The more you trust it, the clearer it becomes. Over time, you'll find it easier to recognize and act on your intuitive insights. Your inner wisdom is always ready to help. All you have to do is listen and trust that quiet voice within. Intuition isn't just mystical, it's biological. Your gut contains millions of neurons forming the second brain, constantly communicating with your head. This brain-gut axis explains why you literally feel things in your stomach, like butterflies or a sinking feeling. When your subconscious processes information quickly, it sends signals to your gut. That's your intuition in action, a physical sensation rooted in real science. Your brain is a pattern recognition machine, scanning for clues and comparing them to past experiences. When you get a hunch, it's your brain alerting you before your conscious mind catches up. For example, a firefighter senses danger before seeing it. Intuition at work. Intuition is a mental shortcut, helping you make quick, effective decisions. It's not about ignoring logic, but integrating it with your inner wisdom. Science shows, trusting your gut is using your whole brain. It's not irrational, it's smart. Listen to both your head and your gut. Intuition changes lives every day. An entrepreneur feels a deep pull toward a risky idea, against all logic, and it becomes a breakthrough success. A mother wakes up with a sudden sense that something's wrong, checks on her child, and prevents a crisis. Artists and musicians follow a creative impulse, a note, a word, a brushstroke, and create something extraordinary. These aren't accidents, they're intuition in action. Even in everyday choices, your gut guides you. Two job offers look identical on paper, but one feels light and exciting, the other heavy and wrong. That feeling is your intuition pointing you toward the right path. When you listen, you make choices that align with your true self. Intuition is the source of your most authentic ideas and decisions. It's the quiet guide that can change your life's direction. Trust those nudges. They're your inner wisdom at work. The more you listen, the more your life opens up. Your story could be next. How do you know if it's intuition or just fear? Intuition feels calm, clear, and neutral, a simple knowing, not loaded with emotion. It's a quiet whisper, empowering and factual, even if it's a warning. Fear is loud, chaotic, and heavy. It's full of racing thoughts and dramatic stories. Intuition is the first split-second feeling, before your mind starts overthinking. Fear comes after, rooted in past failures or future worries. Intuition is present. Fear is frantic. To tell the difference, pause and ask. Does this make me feel bigger or smaller, calm or anxious? Is it a single, clear message or a repeating, frantic story? Learning this difference is a superpower. Practice noticing the tone of your inner voice. The more you listen, the easier it gets. Want to strengthen your intuition? Start small. Sit in silence for a few minutes each day. No need for fancy meditation, just breathe and notice what comes up. Keep a journal. Write down dreams, feelings, or sudden ideas. Patterns will emerge. Try intuitive writing. Ask yourself a question, then write freely without editing. Do a body scan. Notice sensations, tension, or ease as you think about decisions. When faced with a choice, ask, does this feel light or heavy in my body? Practice with low-stakes decisions. What to eat, what to wear, whether to go out. The more you check in, the more confident you'll become. Trust builds with practice. Your intuition gets louder the more you listen. Start with the small stuff. Soon you'll trust it with the big stuff. Your gut is your guide. Let it lead. Everyone's intuition speaks in its own unique way, and no two people experience it exactly the same. Some feel it in their bodies, warmth, tightness, or a gut reaction that's hard to ignore. Others see images or symbols in their mind's eye like flashes of insight or gentle visions. Some hear a calm inner voice with clear advice or gentle nudges. Others just know, certainty without explanation, a deep sense of truth. Pay attention. Are your hunches feelings, images, words, or a sudden knowing that appears out of nowhere? Try different exercises, body scans, dream journals, intuitive writing, or even meditation to discover your style. There's no right or wrong way to connect with your intuition. The key is to notice how your intuition shows up for you in your own life. Trust your unique way of knowing and let it guide you forward. That's your personal language of inner wisdom, always available to you. Intuition whispers, but the world shouts. Our lives are filled with noise, notifications, news, endless chatter. To hear your inner voice, you need moments of silence. You don't have to escape to a monastery. Just carve out small pockets of quiet. Sit with your morning coffee, drive without the radio, or walk in nature without distractions. Silence lets your mind settle, like dirt sinking in a glass of water. In that clarity, intuition emerges. These moments aren't empty. They're full of wisdom and peace. At first, silence may feel uncomfortable. Stick with it. Soon, you'll crave these pauses. They're where your best ideas and deepest truths live. Make space for silence. Your intuition will thank you. Doubt and overthinking are the biggest blocks to intuition. We're trained to seek proof, so we question our gut feelings. Our inner critic shouts, "That's silly, you can't know that." Overthinking turns a clear nudge into a confusing mess. The solution? Awareness. Notice when you're doubting or overanalyzing. Don't judge, just observe. Create space between you and your thoughts. Then take small, courageous actions on your intuitive hits before your mind talks you out of it. Call that friend, read that book, take that different path. Each time you listen, you build trust with yourself. Over time, your intuition gets stronger. You become your own best guide. Trust grows with every step. Trusting your intuition isn't about being flawless or always knowing the right answer. It's about building a deeper, more compassionate relationship with yourself over time. It's a practice, not a destination, and it grows stronger the more you nurture it. Think of your intuition as your personal GPS. It won't magically erase every obstacle or guarantee a smooth path, but it will always help you find your way back when you feel lost or uncertain. Even when you take a detour, it gently nudges you toward your true direction. When you choose to follow your intuition, your decisions begin to reflect your authentic self. You start to notice that your actions and values are in harmony, and your confidence grows with every step you take in alignment with your inner truth. Life starts to feel less like an uphill battle and more like a gentle flow. Challenges still arise, but you move through them with greater ease, trusting that you're guided by something wise and steady within. In these moments, you discover meaning, joy, and a deep sense of peace in simply being where you are. You realize that fulfillment isn't about reaching a perfect destination, but about embracing the journey and the growth it brings. This journey takes real courage, especially when the world around you is noisy and full of opinions. Listening to your quiet inner voice, even when it's drowned out by external chaos, is an act of bravery and self-respect. The rewards are profound. A life that feels genuine, inside and out. Start with small steps. Create moments of silence. Pay attention to your feelings and honor the gentle whispers that arise from within. These simple practices build trust in yourself. Don't worry about being perfect or always getting it right. Instead, approach your intuition with curiosity and patience. Allow yourself to learn and grow, knowing that every experience is part of your unique path. Each time you trust your gut, you cast a powerful vote for your own inner wisdom. These moments add up, shaping a life that feels more empowered and true to who you really are. You send yourself a message. I trust you. I'm listening. Over time, this self-trust becomes the foundation for every choice you make. That's the most empowering gift you can give yourself, the freedom to live authentically, guided by your own wisdom and compassion. Your inner voice is always there, patiently waiting for you to tune in and listen. So, are you ready to listen? Are you willing to trust yourself, even just a little more today than yesterday? Remember, your best life isn't built in a single moment. It's created, one intuitive choice at a time. The journey to your true self is lifelong, and every step you take is worth celebrating.